Our first guest of the evening is world-famous drummer, producer, and DJ, New York Times bestselling author, and now director of the award-winning documentary, Summer of Soul. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, man?
Appreciate it.
Indeed,
I'm playing
indeed.
with you. My audio's fine. How you doing?
You saw me trying to do the secret hand signals too, like.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
Don't be messing with us in Mercury in
wilding on this
retrograde.
I know. I'm only playing. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. Happy to have you here. And yo, congratulations too on the Grand Jury Prize and the Audience Award at Sundance.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think I'm probably the person that's given the worst acceptance speech of all time. No, like I'm very leery about how territorial people are about their domain. I'm sorry, jazz cats say their domain. So it's just like, I know, actors hate when rappers come in their territory. Musicians hate when non-musicians and non-singers come in their territory. And when they FaceTimed me, I was told I was getting a FaceTime. I wasn't told what it was for. I thought they were responding to me. I had hit them up earlier about, I have some friends that haven't seen the movie yet, so could we do like a reshow? Like, could I do that? I thought that's why they were calling me. Meanwhile, like, I'm struggling in the snow. It was like 13 inches of snow on the ground. I had zero clue that Sundance was I hate saying contest based, like competition based thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a hell of a way to find out that I won. I didn't even know that I was in the running for anything competition. Yeah. I'm
really
sorry to all the
incredible.
real family out there. Thank you.
No, it's really incredible. And I know that you've been a student for film for a really long time. And I'll never forget, I don't know if you remember this, back in like 2003, you told me I was going to be the Michelle Gondry of, hip hop. And I really appreciated that. Getting, it was like AOL instant message chat, like 3 a.m. So.
Why you gotta reveal my age like that? I know nothing about AOL instant. I came in the Gmail generation. Thank you.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
It was a DM. It was a tweet in the DM.
You can email me at yahoo.com. Congratulations on getting picked up by Hulu as well. How are you feeling about all of this? Not only the surprise win, but having your first feature out in the world.
I'm really honored because, just for so long, I kind of thought I was going to be in the zone where, anything that I do, I put quality time and effort into any product I make, but I just sort of thought that maybe I'm going to build up a canon that will be observed like long after I'm gone. So I thought this was just going to be like one of the many, I've written 5 books and made 17 records and all those things. So I just thought that, this thing will get discovered like 15 years down the line or something. So I'm just happy because, out of anything, I love storytelling. And so, and also this enables me and Tariq's and Sean G's production company, 215 Films. It enables us to for people to take us serious that we want to tell stories.
Sort of like what Maori was saying, you've been involved in filmmaking for years. You've been a composer, you've been an executive producer, you've acted, like you did the voice acting in Pixar's Soul. I remember that episode of American Dad. And I'm a little curious of like, when did you know you wanted to direct Summer of Soul?
They kind of told me, actually the way that, no, I'm dead serious. I thought that my producers, David Dinnerstein and Robert Foyland, were trying to like stunt on me because like, I know, like I'm one of those serious collectors that, I'll fly to this ancient place to get this like unheard of Prince concert for, like, I'm that guy, I'm that sucker that might, oh wait, how many figures? Okay, 5 figures for this 6-minute concert. Like, I'm that person. So I thought that these guys were just trying to stun on me about this mythical Stevie Wonder's Sly Stone concert in 1969 that the world's never seen or heard of. I know I haven't. So I was actually trying to get rid of them because I was just like, okay, you guys just want free Tonight Show tickets. So, all right, I'll see you later. And they're like, no, we want to show you what we got. And, I was like, well, come back next week. I thought I'd just fleece them or whatever. But then they came back with the footage. And my jaw dropped to the floor. And, out of every question I had, the prime one was, like, I'm music snob number one. How come I don't know about this? So then that, initially I was trying to get out of it. Like, you should have a real storyteller tell the story. I might drop the ball, but I think 3 months into it, I realized that I got to step up to the plate and stop being such a, my comfort zone is sometimes like imposter syndrome. And, it took me 3 months to really accept the fact that I have to tell the story. And so I stepped up to the plate.
We're so glad that you did. You've had filmmakers on your podcast, Questlove Supreme, and you sit in on so many chats with directors and actors as musical director on The Tonight Show. Is there any piece of advice that has stuck with you and influenced your approach to this film?
I called a few people. Probably, I think at the end of the day, I think Ernest Dickerson told me, like, just, tell a compelling story. And that's, at the end of the day, you have to tell a compelling story. And, like, no matter how much substance you have as far as the ingredients, these wonderful performances, you still have to find a story in it. So in the very beginning, I was just going to do sort of like Amazing Grace. The Amazing Grace documentary was just straight up performances and nothing like that. I can easily curate a performance. It's like doing a DJ gig, but, I have to consider people that aren't knee deep in sort of inside baseball when it comes to music knowledge and that sort of thing. So, not to mention making this at the time when, like, Black Lives Matter, like the very things that was happening 50 years ago is happening right now.
Right.
For me, we just felt like it would behoove us to really explore and show and do it in a way where it's not like condescending or spelling it out. Like, I didn't want it to be like the updated version of Eyes on the Prize. So, because, for a lot of us, we have fatigue for that, for that thing, like, where you already know what's going to happen, that sort of thing. So, trying to figure out a new formula was challenging, but, I'll say that one of the gifts of quarantining and the time that we had off in 2020 was that it gave me the silence and the space to really, concentrate and put our best foot forward.
Word. For folks who haven't seen the film, Summer of Soul, it tells the story of a major Black cultural event, which is the Harlem Cultural Festival. It was attended by hundreds of thousands of folks in 1969. But like you said before, Quest, that's largely been forgotten. I'm curious, you talked before, you got 17 albums, you have 5 books. How do you go about making sure the story of the roots, and specifically the story of Questlove, is preserved and it's properly told in 50 or 60 years?
That's the one question I was asking myself. Because now I see how easy it is to forget, because now we live in an age where information is so, it's just everywhere. I mean, case in point, I taught at NYU. I taught at Tisch for 5 years. And one of those years was, teaching something as easy and ubiquitous as, like, Michael Jackson's Thriller. And half my class, 23 students, maybe only 11 were familiar with that record. And even to them, it was sort of like, oh yeah, my grandparents had that record. Like, words you just never thought you hear before, like, oh, Thriller, that's my grandparents' music, like that sort of thing. So I learned then that you really can't take that for granted. I think the fortunate thing for me and Tariq is that we're in a really rare position right now where our story is, like, constantly linear and keeps moving forward. Like, we're not in that loop yet. you know, besides celebrating like the anniversary of our records, like we're still moving forward. The thing is that, you know, unfortunately, the week that we were quarantining, Tariq was literally set to blow. Like, if you thought this was something, like Tariq's Black No More project to me was, you know, to me it was like the anti-Hamilton. Like, it had that much impact, but for the opposite reasons. And it was just brilliant, damn near MacArthur genius worthy work. And, you know, that's what I'm anxious for the world to really see, like Tariq as a storyteller, like who I knew, but even in the audience, I kept asking Sean G, like my manager, like, all right, who really wrote this shit? Like the ninth time, I'm like, all right, did he really write this shit? And the whole audience is like, yes, you know, so it, yeah, no, the story's being written. So at the end of the day, you know, I'll figure that out. But while it's being written, I'm not thinking about past tense, like how do we preserve it? Because we're still writing it.
Word. Yeah. That's exciting.